One of the best things I ever did for my business is getting a physical space. I'm getting good feedback from brands that, when you mention us, people are actually coming to buy. So I said, kumbe, I'm putting money in people's pockets. With my audience, let me put money into my own pocket. I was tired. I was burnt out. I think I was just exhausted. I don't think I realized what was happening, that I was burnt out. I just fell out of love with the business.
I have struggled with skin concerns of my own. I used to have pretty bad acne, believe it or not, and we're gonna add some pictures here so that you can see. And having experienced that journey myself, that is what inspired and led me to grow and start Beauty Square, because I understand the emotional and the mental roller coaster that not having a skin at its best can really take you through. And we wanted to be able to hold people's hands throughout this journey of being able to get into a skin where they can feel and be more confident in. Beauty Square is a proud sponsor of this podcast, and we are a retail cosmetic business where we offer skincare solutions in terms of products. So we have skincare, hair care, body care, and fragrance for both men and women, and we retail from your TikTok favorites to your cult favorites to the products that we've tried and tested, and we know that we're going to help you with getting your skin from point A to point B. Then we also have our sister brand called Sage Skin, where we do the same thing of helping our clients achieve the skin of their dreams through services. And these are treatment facials like chemical peels, microneedling, algae peels, all kinds of treatments. And we also have supplementary services like body scrubs, waxes, and massages. Our wax tacticians are really good, and we have amazing packages as well that we put here on the screen. Please patronize our businesses so that we can keep bringing you founder diaries, and you can use the code founder10 on the Beauty Square website, beautysquareke.co, to save some coins and let them know that we sent you. Thank you for tuning in. Hi, and welcome to episode 9 of Founder Diaries Season 2. It feels so surreal to be saying that. Thank you so much for being here, and we really deeply appreciate it. I will ask that you please make sure you're following or subscribing on whatever platform that you're listening to this on or watching on. It helps us to keep going. My name is Yvonne Kanye, and I'm your host. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guest. I'm going to let you introduce yourself so I don't put you in a box.
Okay, first of all, I'm so happy to be here. I was just telling you before we started that I have watched the whole of season 1 and all the episodes and all the minisodes. I'm a huge fan.
Thank
you're
you.
doing amazing. My name is Joanna K. Cosmetics. I am the founder of my own brand, Joanna K Cosmetics, which, let me hype myself up and say, is the leading Kenyan beauty brand. Yes, and I'm also a content creator. Yeah, actually content creation is what gave birth to Joanna K Cosmetics. Yeah.
Do you feel like now you primarily sit in your role as the founder of Joanna K? Because I feel like if you're introducing yourself like 4 years ago, you would have done it in reverse.
I would. I actually would have. I feel like that's now my main thing. In fact, this year is when I'm just like dusting off the content creation kidogo, because I feel like I slowed down a bit. But I feel like there have been seasons, because even in the business, there was a season where I wasn't focusing too much on it. So I had gone back to content creation, and then I guess it just keeps swinging back and forth. Yeah.
So tell us about where you were when you were 18.
18.
I always find almost everyone we've had on this podcast at that age was doing some kind of hustle, like some kind of business.
Yeah.
So what were you doing at the time?
18, I think I was out of high school. I was not doing any hustle. I wasn't doing any hustle. I think that's the year that I joined uni. Yeah, the course that I did for my parents. Because I wanted to do something more fun and creative. Then they hoodwinked me and told me, do BCom business, then you can do anything you want. You can get into any business with BCom.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. Yeah, that's where I was. I was just focusing on school, focusing on my social life, making friends. Yeah, that's where I was.
If you were to go back to the 18-year-old Joanna, where was she thinking you would be by now?
Oh, that's a good question. I think she was thinking that she's not working for anyone. Yeah, because I wouldn't say I was those kids who were so sure about what they wanted to be. But one thing I was sure about is that I never wanted to work for someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I knew for sure. So I suppose when I was 18, I would have imagined I would be doing something fun and creative and something that goes against the normal, like wake up, go to work, go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like I've made her proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. I've been following your YouTube channel, I think, since inception. So walk us through that journey. Like, how did the YouTube channel come to be? How did you get into makeup? And when did you start the makeup artist gigs? Because I know that was maybe probably your first hustle, right?
Yeah. So I actually started getting into makeup when I was in high school. YouTube was still so young. It was new at that time.
Yeah.
So I used to watch a lot of tutorials and then I just took an interest to it. And I'm blessed to have parents who really see, you have an interest. Let's see what we can do with it.
That's right.
Yeah. So my mom bought me like some makeup and I would just practice. I watch tutorials, I practice. And then in school, we used to have this thing, sports day, big, and they would allow us to like be creative. And so you could do some like makeup if you wanted. Now that's where I started aka hustle. So what I would do is I would charge my friends and even girls from like other classes. I think 100 bob or 200 bob. I'll do for you your makeup on sports day. You're going to look good. And I would make some money. Like I think one sports day I made like 3,000 shillings.
Wow, that's like 30 clients.
Yeah. I had 30 clients.
What did you do with that money?
I can't. Oh, okay. Number one, I guess I would say I learned about tax early because it was illegal in the school to do like business like that. And the school found out about it. So they told me, now what you're going to do is all the money that you've made, you have to just give it to the teacher. I know.
It's giving dictatorship.
Yeah. So I was like, so now they asked me, how much did you make? I told them, I just made 500 and that's what I'm going to give you. So that's what I gave them. Yeah. So I kept the other 2,500. I have no idea what I did with it. I can't remember. Probably something fun and frivolous. Yeah.
Okay. And then how did you now starting your own YouTube channel start?
Okay. So now because I was already really into makeup, I was good at it. When I was in uni, I used to get a few questions. How did you do this? How did you do this? And then I realized I also had a gift for turning complex concepts into very simple, easy to understand concepts. Like I can be a good teacher. Maybe it's because both my parents are teachers. If there's a gene like being a teacher, I don't know, but I got it. So then I decided if the people in uni have these questions, then other people have these questions. So maybe it's something I can start and I see where it goes. So I actually started on Facebook. I used to make like 2 mini clips. That was in 2016, end of 2016. That was towards the end of my uni because I think I was in fourth year, first sem. Yeah, so I started doing those 2 videos and people were enjoying them. So I was like, oh, for real? You guys actually like them? So then after a few months of doing that, I was like, let me just bite the bullet and start a YouTube channel. So that's what I did. That was in 2017, 5th of January. For some reason, I can't forget that date. Yeah, and that is where I began. Yeah, that's where I began. I posted a video. Pretty sure it's my family who watched and myself. But yeah, it grew from there. It really grew.
And in your mind, were you thinking this is not going to become an income stream, or you're thinking, let me just pursue this and see where it goes?
No. I just loved it. And at the time, if I thought I loved makeup, then content creation was like, whoa, I really, really love creating content. Out of everything I do, even within the business that I've built, creating content still remains my favorite thing to do ever. Yeah. So I didn't start it as I didn't even know people used to make money on YouTube. I just knew I'm enjoying this. I love makeup and I'm sharing it with people. Yeah.
So what happens after uni?
Now, after uni, all my friends are looking for jobs. So I succumb to peer pressure and I'm also like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. It's not like this thing is making money. I don't even know if people make money from it. So I also looked for a job and I got one. I quit it I quit pretty soon after getting the job because it was just, I didn't like that. Yeah, it was not giving. I didn't like that life. And it was a job in marketing, which is another passion of mine. I love marketing and I think I'm good at it. And I thought I would be doing what I love, you know. But then I got there and I was just like, what are we doing? I was learning things like Trello. I'm like, why do I need to learn this? Like, let's get out there, you know, let's get people to know about what we are selling and stuff. But it ended up being quite technical and I didn't enjoy it. So I left that job and I said, I don't want to look for another job. So what can I do with the skill that I have? So I just started doing makeup on other people. Absolutely hated. I hate it.
Why?
I don't know. Just being that, it's like you do something and someone is immediately judging it on the spot. I just feel like I couldn't take it. I don't know how people do it. Yeah, so you do it and immediately someone is already like, And I guess at that time I was not able to separate myself from the skill. Yeah. So I was like, you're attacking me as a person. Yeah, I hated it so much.
And how were you getting clients at the time?
Through now my YouTube channel. My Facebook was still active. Yeah. So I just kind of changed my content a bit. Like I would do makeup on other people, like my sister, just to show people that, I can also do makeup on other people. That's how I would get gigs, actually. Yeah.
Did you ever have a really negative experience with someone who you had done their makeup?
Yes, I did. Yeah. But that one I can tell you was also my fault. So what happened is, it was a bridal trial. So I woke up very early in the morning. I packed my 2 things. I went to her place. In the matatu on the way there, I realized that I forgot my brushes. I did not have brushes. So now I was going from home to town, then I connect to go to her place. Yeah. I didn't have brushes. So now in the matatu, I'm wondering, do I go back and get the brushes? That's going to make me late. We used to live in Limuru. There's no way I'm going back. I can't do that. So in town, what I decided, I had to think quickly, and I went to textbook center and I bought paint brushes.
There was no Dubai in those days.
If there was, I didn't know about it. And then again, it was very early in the morning. I'm even wondering, was it textbook center or a supermarket? I don't know. But I got paint brushes. I was like, I'm going to go and do what I can. Yeah. And that's what I did. And to be honest, the makeup wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So as soon as she saw her face, she was like, you expect me to leave my house looking like this? What, she insulted me, kidogo. I was like, guy, I don't think I can do this anymore.
Did she see, she didn't see the red flags on your brush?
I guess she chose, maybe red is her favorite color. Because, she let me work on her face, but of course the makeup didn't turn out well.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't think this thing is for me. Yeah.
So from that point, what did you now pivot into?
Now from that point, I just started doing some research on, do people actually make money on YouTube? Is it a thing? So first I saw that actually YouTube can pay you, but you have to reach a certain number of subscribers and views, and then I don't know if it's still like that, where they have to send you a physical letter with a pin.
No.
It's not. This is 2017.
Now, I think once you hit the threshold, you just apply, automatic. And then you have to apply, and then yeah.
So back then we had to apply, but they had to send a physical letter to your post office. This sounds like it's so long ago, but it's 2017. Yeah. Then now when you get that pin, now you can, I guess, input it into now your YouTube, and then that's when now you're accepted. Yeah, so I did that. No, did I do that? I don't think I even had I had reached the threshold. I don't know. But what happened is after doing my research, I saw people are being paid by other brands. So I was like, okay, yeah. And then Junction Mall approached me and they said, come and do for us some content and we're going to pay you. I was like, you're going to pay me? Really? So I went and did content. It was not so much money for a lot of work.
Was it for Instagram or for YouTube?
both. It was like 2 YouTube videos, geez, 4 static posts, gee, how many videos on Instagram, for not much, for 30K actually. But at the time, I was like, I've made it. I've arrived. Yeah, that I do remember what I did with that 30K because I didn't have a laptop at that time. I used to use my mom's laptop to edit. So I would shoot content during the day. Then when she comes from work, now from around 6 p.m. into the night, now that's like a time to edit.
Yeah.
Wake up, repeat. But I didn't want to do that. It was, so that 30K, as soon as I got it, I bought myself a laptop with all the money. I was like, yes, now.
That's a good investment.
Yeah, very good investment. I loved that laptop. Yeah.
Okay, and then now content creation just continues to.
Yeah, content creation begins to now peak. I'm starting to get a few more deals here and there. And
I
then
remember the era of the hair.
yes, now that era, oh my God, I'll always be grateful for that era because these big companies used to pay you. They're Chinese companies. They were such good clients, very unproblematic. They would send you the hair and they would pay you $600 to $700 as soon as that video goes up. So now you see you're doing like 2-week videos in a week. And there was no shortage of them. There were so many and they were so willing to come on board.
They would just come and find you.
Yeah, they'll just find you. And then it's like now once you do one, many of them see, then they're just, So I think at the end of that, because now in 2018, I had gotten so many wigs. I had so many wigs. Oh my God. Hey, but I at some point I stopped enjoying because I was like, I can only be so creative with showing a wig. It's getting boring.
You know, wig era ever
since. It was enough for me. I might make a comeback, but that was enough for me. Yeah, so between that and working with other brands in Kenya, I started putting together some money. And at the same time, I'm getting good feedback from brands that, when you mention us, people are actually coming to buy. So I said, Kumbe, I'm putting money in people's pockets. With my audience, let me put money into my own pocket. And that's where I had the idea for Joanna K Cosmetics. I saved money for the whole of 2018, bought my first shipment, and I started in December of 2018.
So you're turning
8 this year.
Oh yeah, it's 2026. You're turning 8.
Yeah.
What was your vision for where you would be by now?
That's a good question.
If you were to talk to that day in 2018. Yeah.
I think there are some things I would definitely never have imagined. Like I somehow always thought I would stay online. Yeah, I always thought I would stay online. I never had a vision for like a physical space. On the flip side, I thought I would have launched a lot more by now, a lot more products by now. I thought it would be fun, easy. Well, but other than that, I think I'm grateful for the journey regardless. It's been a journey and I don't think I could have predicted half the things that have happened on the journey.
Yeah. You've mentioned a time where you kind of took a step back on the business.
Yeah.
What happened? What led to that?
I was tired. I was burnt out. I feel like the effort I was putting in was not being given back to me. I think at that time, I had just one employee. She was my first employee ever. And we were doing okay, but I think I was just exhausted. Yeah. So I don't think I realized what was happening, that I was burnt out. I just fell out of love with the business, if I could say that, for like 2 years. This is like 2021, 2, then 2023 now is when I started now being like, let me get back into it. Because I was realizing that we're still making some to sales here and there. This business won't just die like that. So let me come back. But I used to regret it. And I used to say, why didn't you just keep going? You have to have grit. You have to keep going. You have to keep showing up. But I don't regret it because in those 2 years, I really put a lot into my personal brand. And those 2 years are still paying off to date. Yeah, because I built my audience, I built a relationship with them, I built trust with them. So now when I come out with something, or when I tell them to buy, or when I tell them to show up for something, they show up. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. Let's take a minute to please listen to a word from our sponsors. Our lovely hosts today are the Sarova Hotel Group, and in specific, their New Stanley and Pan-Afric locations. New Stanley has a variety of services that you can enjoy, from their exchange bar, which has a beautiful setting to get work done quietly or enjoy post-work drinks. They have a beautiful cocktail offer on Wednesday evenings. They also have an executive lounge where you can host meetings in their boardroom or entertain. They also have beautiful rooms that you can stay in, such as their presidential suite and the Lamu suite. How pretty. How can I forget about the Valley? That's my favorite part about it, given that it's in CBD. Pan-Afric is nestled in Upper Hill, which has a gorgeous suite for that staycation to help you reset. Let's be honest, as founders and business owners, we're constantly overworking and could honestly always use that break. Now, what's unique about Pan-Afric is that they also have a wing that's entirely dedicated just for women and has beautiful feminine touches to make you feel even more at home. You can also enjoy services from their wellness center, such as the spa, gym, and pool. I have to add that the hospitality is truly unmatched, so the next time you need to book an in-city getaway or host a meeting, think of Sarova. Definitely, building a personal brand is like that asset that it costs time and resources, but not money. But it's that one thing you can keep banking on time and time, and that's going to keep
Exactly. Yeah.
So now that you got serious about the business, what are some things that you now started to put in place that you didn't have in place before?
Okay, so the first thing I did was actually coaching. I got a coach. That's the first thing I did, because I was like, I have to figure out why it is that I was feeling the way I was feeling, what was going right, what was going wrong. And I chose coaching, and it really worked for me, because a coach will never tell you what to do. A coach doesn't tell you what to do. It's like you're in that session talking to yourself. It's basically like the answers are all within you. Yes. She was just like helping me tease them out. So I think from there, I got to understand what had gone wrong. And yeah, now from there, the first thing I did was I got an employee, Judy, who is still there to date. What else did I do? That was in 2023. 2024, I got a space, like a physical space for this brand. And then I got another employee and another employee. And then from there, things just grew. Actually, I usually say one of the best things I ever did for my business, aside from the coaching, is getting a physical space. Yeah. Like that changed everything for me. I don't know why, it just legitimized the hustle, So I just felt like, I'm waking up, I'm going to work. I just had so much purpose. And I remember getting that space, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it. But somehow those things always work out. You never miss. And they always work out too somehow.
In the moment, it feels like you're dying. But then, like, things just
they work out. But I think the sad thing is we don't realize that they've worked out, because we've already moved on to the next problem.
And we're dealing with the problems of today.
Exactly. Yeah. So you never stop to be like, I know there was a time I never thought I'd pay this rent. Now you're paying it easily. Maybe you're even paying 3 months in advance, but you're not realizing.
I remember when we were first moving from, we used to have one of our stores in Sawa Mall. I remember the things I was looking for when we were moving was like a toilet. Because when we're there, you're using like the communal wash route. And sometimes on the building are like closed or there's no water. So you have to go to another building. And I just remember saying like, I can't wait to get out. Then today, like I just pass it like it's insignificant. And sometimes I said about myself, I prayed for this toilet. And now we have a toilet. So those little moments are really important.
Yeah, you have to stop and be like, hey, for real.
When you look back, if you could get a chance to go back in time, what's one thing you'd change?
Back in time to now, like what?
Maybe 2018.
Oh, when I was starting.
Yeah.
What would I change?
Or something you could tell yourself.
What would I tell myself? I don't know. I think she was handling things pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly,
her.
because
Yeah.
that's 2018. I think I was 23 years old. And I was going against what everyone else was doing because everyone else had gotten a job. I was starting a business. Yeah, so what I would tell her is,
Keep going.
hey, keep going. You're doing amazing. Because sometimes I look back and I'm like, how did I do all those things? Where did I get the courage to do all those things? So me, I would tell her, yeah, you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you strike a balance between, your personal brand, which I would argue is a business in and of its own,
Yeah.
and now Joanna K, and how do you spread your time to make sure both are getting not equal, but like good
Yeah.
attention? Yeah.
I would say they're quite, what's the word?
Interconnected.
Yeah, they're very interconnected. But how I see my personal brand is like the more it grows, then the more potential clients I have for the business.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when I see it that way, then I keep going. I don't stop doing it. How do I split my time? That's a good question. I guess I just do what needs to be done for the
that day.
personal brand and
Yeah.
for the business
Yeah.
when it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. Let's take a minute to please listen to a word from our sponsors. Hands up if you're a business owner who heard about the e-Teams mandate last year and you were either confused by it, or didn't quite understand it, are hoping it doesn't affect you or that it's going to go away. Unfortunately, it's not going away and eTeams is here to stay. So eTeams is basically an invoicing system, electronic, that allows Carrie to kind of be in touch with your income as you bring it in and also your expenses as they're being brought up against you. Now, it's important that you have this in place because that's the only way you're going to be able to file your taxes, because now the system will simply auto-populate. It sounds like a lot, I know, but this is where Digitax comes in. Digitax is basically a service that allows you to be able to raise your eTeams invoices in an easy, much more seamless way. And the best part is they can integrate with an existing platform that you're already using, like UserPoint or Odoo. There's quite a number that we list in the description box. That way, when you're making your sales, you don't have to separately go in and log an eTeams invoice. It's extremely important that you stay compliant because otherwise it's going to cost you money. Go to digitax.tech to book a demo and look at how the whole thing works. And it's only 10,000 bob per year for an user's profile, and you can have multiple accounts under one. You're welcome. What does a typical day in the life look like?
Every day is different.
So like today, what did today look
Today, I woke up very early. By the way, the thunder last night was intense. Did you hear it?
Yes, I did. It was wild.
Yeah, so I woke up, I went for a walk with my friend, and then I went back home and I shot content. And then, I shot content for actually most of the day. Then I made food for my cats. And then I came here. But that's like a simplified version of what I did. Because for a long time, a lot of things I'll do on my phone, I never used to consider them as work. Like I've updated my story. I've updated the business's story. I've put up a post on the business's stories. I've been in touch with Judy. Judy is the person who texts me the most. If I don't hear from Judy, then she's in a ditch. Yeah, so we're texting, what are we doing for Women's Day? What are we, like there's a lot of mental work that I do.
Yeah.
But I think millennials, we have like a toxic nini of if you're not doing like something physical, it's not work. You don't consider it work. I'm posting a story and I'm like, good morning. That to me is
Even
not
talking
work.
to suppliers.
Yeah, that's like I'm on my phone. That's not work,
It is.
So there's a lot of those things I've also done in between the day before I've ended up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what is the income ratio like between your personal brand and the business. Which one it varies from time to time.
No, the business is always better.
No, I'm not saying the business is revenue. Your paycheck. The two different
Aye.
things.
The content is better, way better.
Yeah.
way better because what I pay myself in the business is it's not much. And sometimes I don't pay myself.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's a bad thing because I pinch from the business which I'm just like, you're gonna turn 8 years old. There's no way you can be doing these things. These are like first, second, third year problems.
Mistakes, yeah.
Please. But at the end of the year, my business gives me a nice bonus. It's like, yeah, you worked hard this year.
Yeah, you deserve it.
You deserve something.